want to close the gap between releases for Japan and the rest of the world. The general community belief, however, is that Bushiroad wanted to switch up and balance the metagame for the English format, as sets 3 and 5 introduced decks that dominated this metagame for a long time. These will become to be known as the Big 3. We'll be discussing that Big 3 in future videos. The products we'll be talking about today introduce new clans and mechanics, but Bushiroad seemed to make a very targeted effort to make players play one clan in particular introduced in this set, Gold Paladin. They were the box cover art for set 6. They were featured as one of the 2 trial decks used by the main character in the anime for a long period of time. Received a huge wave of support in this booster set and in the first ever extra booster in the English format, Cavalry of Black Steel. Extra boosters are basically what they are named, additional booster sets. They're typically released between main sets with a smaller set list and focus, as well as supporting fewer clans. This extra booster also had its release window pushed ahead in order to release alongside this set, in order to further support Gold Paladins. In general, this was a very successful period for Vanguard as a whole. When researching for this video, it was really interesting to hear how excited people were for Vanguard at this time. There was just an overall feeling that Vanguard could potentially surpass and overcome the Big 3 card games of the time. Some players even mentioned that their locals grew to the point that they had to rent out extra spaces to accommodate more players. We'll actually be covering all of these products in today's video, starting with these trial decks. Trial Deck 5 Slash of Silver Wolf for Gold Paladin and Trial Deck 6 Resonance of Thunder Dragon for Narukami were released on May 12, 2012. But what did end up happening to Trial Deck 3 and 4? Bushiroad skipped 3 and 4 featuring Nova Grappler and Oracle Think Tank for now. We did eventually receive those trial decks later on, but more on that in a future video. Trial Deck 5 Slash of Silver Wolf introduced Gold Paladin as a new clan. For those who are unfamiliar, Gold Paladin is very closely related to Royal Paladin. It similarly has the ability to swarm the field with units. However, Gold Paladin did this by searching the top few cards of the deck, instead of the entire deck like Royal Paladin typically did. The other new clan they introduced was Narukami in the Trial Deck 6 Resonance of Thunder Dragon. Narukami was closely related to the Kagero clan, but had a bit of an identity crisis at the start. It didn't have a defining mechanic or game plan when it was first introduced, but in later history videos, you'll see how this clan evolved into a much more cohesive clan over time. You might have noticed that both trial decks feature Aichi and Kai again. That's because they were the clans used by them in the anime for this new anime season. I won't give any details to prevent spoilers, but Gold Paladin and Narukami will be the main focus for a while. The trial decks also introduce a new mechanic, Limit Break. Limit Break looked like this on cards. To activate Limit Break, you needed to have the same or more cards in your damage zone as the number written on the symbol, which was usually 4 or 5. Limit Break unlocked powerful abilities. However, because of the cost of having 4 to 5 cards in your damage zone, you could only activate these abilities later in the game. This also meant if you healed and ended up with less damage, or your opponent kept you at only 3 damage, you would not be able to access this ability. We'll be talking about Limit Break a lot in this video and for many videos to come, as this will be the main mechanic cards and decks will revolve around for a while. So let's quickly talk about the 2 main cards in the trial decks and their limit breaks. Great Silver Wolf Garmor was the main card for Gold Paladin, and Thunder Break Dragon was the main card for Narukami. They both had the same limit break ability that was to simply give the unit 5,000 power when it attacked a Vanguard. Even though it was simple, 5,000 power during this point in Vanguard was a great power boost and could make a huge difference. There isn't much else to say about these trial decks, as most of the cards in these decks weren't useful, although some cards did see some play, which we'll talk about soon. This has nothing to do with Limit Break, but fun fact about Garmor, it was the very first errata card in Vanguard history. Very early copies of this card in the trial deck actually refer to the concept of a deck as a library. This wording was never used again and was corrected in future printings. So, how were these decks received by the community? Some players felt that there wasn't anything really special about these two trial decks. They thought the trial decks were pretty light. For example, they didn't come with any PGs. If you remember from my previous videos, PGs were pretty expensive during this time, going from $15 to $20 each, maybe even more. They also only had one copy of the main boss unit and a vanilla starting Vanguard. Overall, the Gold Paladin trial deck was a more popular trial deck, but there were still players that loved the Thunderbreak Dragon. Moving on to the next booster set in the timeline, Breaker of Limits Set 6 was released in English worldwide on May 19th, 2012. This is one of the rare times in Vanguard's history where the booster set had an almost simultaneous worldwide release. While we got the set in May, Japan got it a few weeks earlier on April 28th, 2012. Up until that point, we were about 8 to 9 months behind Japan's release schedule. I wasn't playing at this time, but heard that many players were eager for sets 3 and 4 to come out. Like we do today, they followed what was happening overseas and got a preview of the crazy support some decks were about to receive. At that time, it was a big surprise to English players when Bushiroad was like, actually, we're gonna give everyone set 6 instead. And it was a huge letdown for those that were looking forward to those sets that were skipped. But once players learned what we were getting for the upcoming release, it generated a lot of hype and excitement. This set also changed how packs work. Now, every pack always included at least one trigger unit. This decision might have been to support the move towards decks using cards and triggers from one single clan, instead of mixed matching clans like we've been seeing up until now. We'll slowly start to see the game evolve to what we know it today, starting from here. Let's spend some time talking about the clans in this set. The 5 clans supported in this set were Nova Grappler, Grand Blue, and 3 new clans, Gold Paladin, Narukami, and Angel Feather. Starting off with Angel Feather, they received 30 cards from this set, which is pretty amazing, because up until this time, new clans only received 4 cards. Angel Feather focused on manipulating the cards in your damage zone, which I'll get into more detail later on. The key cards for Angel Feather in this set included both no-CLs, as they worked really well with Angel Feather's main mechanic and would see play for many sets to come. They also received their own triggers, such as 2 different critical and stand triggers, a draw trigger, and a special heal trigger with the Forerunner ability. This Forerunner ability allowed the trigger to be called to rear circle after being ridden upon, and could also be placed back into the deck after boosting. Essentially, you could use this trigger as your starting Vanguard and have a way to put it back into your deck. You still could only place 16 triggers in your deck total, including the starting Vanguard, but it was an interesting set of abilities on trigger units that only appeared on a total of 5 cards and haven't been done ever again. Some more highlights for Angel Feather. Not only did they get their own limit break unit in circles,
Hey, how's it going, everyone? Let me stop listening to the music I was listening to, because I can't play that on stream. I've been playing something else. How's everyone doing today on this the fuck is today? Thursday? On this Thursday. How's everyone doing on this Thursday? This Night Rose Thursday. Oh, hey, Bluish. Oh, man. Remember at Anime Convention back in 2012, they had a little introduction panel for Vanguard that they did. And if you played a quick game, you'd get some deck box for free. I said 2011, I think. Probably. More than likely. Not being multi-attack pre-Miss Phantom is a travesty. Yeah. Not even because, like, I want... Like, you guys know my stance on the whole side deck thing. But the fact that they didn't give the multi-attacking decks, the ones known for multi-attack, Bashir Nui gets 2 Resanders? That shit ain't right with me. But they still have other cards to reveal, so that might change. So, don't be disappointed yet. Don't fall into the usual trap. I told you guys this last week. No, last Tuesday. This past Tuesday. Alright? This is all gonna change
Don't be presumptuous. Don't trust whatever your opinion is. It's gonna change by the time they reveal the other guy. So. I dropped my entire board. Yeah, I did that at my X bar. Pretend I didn't know how to play Vanguard. Van Ranger's deck set I live with my Ren fantasies. I'm good. Imagine if they brought back stand triggers. Game would be broke. Yeah, no. As much as I like stand triggers, that would not happen. Be funny if the Bushi CEO has a Shiranui player. Was a Shiranui player, and that's why it's so good. That'd be depressing. They feel about cards before all the supporters are revealed. Exactly. Yep. Do not do that. Especially, we still have 2 cards each, which I'm pretty sure they're both gonna have the same type of effect. Where it's probably just gonna be like counter blast on attack, call something from Soul for Harry, call something from drop for Night Rose, and it's probably gonna be you can only call Hollow / Maya stuff, right? So that is gonna be your multi-attack. That is going to give Night Rose 4 attacks on turn 4. Sorry, on turn 3. And then the other stride is gonna let you call, so you get at least 5 attacks, right? Was it Kidani and Aquaforce stand? I have no idea. Just saving the multi-attack for last night. Yep. They're not coping, trust. They 100% are doing that. Because it would be... Even though this is like Bushi 101, right? To make stupid-ass business decisions sometimes, it would make no sense for them to try and sell this deck product and make it ass, right? The only reason the deck sets are so good is because they have to sell. Speaking of having to sell, we'll in today we'll go over the reveals. Sorry, I had food ordered for me, so I'll probably be getting a text about it arriving, and I will probably run out real quick to get it and do the classic Curly eats at the beginning of stream, but I'll find out in a bit. But we'll talk about these stride reveals, or the Night Rose reveals, I should say, from this morning. We'll talk about the VTuber tournament thing, the discussion I wanted to have Tuesday, but I didn't have time. And then we'll talk about the Koto Koto collab that we might never see in English, but hey, who knows, right? But before that, we've got the usual cards of the day. I just made you hungry, bro. It's always the other way around. I'm over here chilling and you're just like, oh yes, I got my hot wings and my fries or something. I'm just like, fuck, now I want wings. I've never used Grand Blue in Jira, but seeing this makes me happy. Which part makes you happy? That that it's in standard, or see ya, damn. I'm not gonna play hostage. I'm gonna play hostage Night Rose so I can sandbag to second stride Kappa. That I can't wait for all you losers that are trying to play hostage Night Rose to find out that it sucks donkey dick, and that's the stupidest thing to ever do. I can't wait for that realization to happen, but hey, we'll see. But yeah, we'll go into the card of the day. We got such great cards as Early Charge Monel here. And we also got we can do Phoenix Wright today. I don't like the Phoenix Wright one because it's just too short. They try to retire the PG and you just mill 3 to call it back like a dummy. You're really gonna mill 3 to get a PG back, bro? Y'all need help. Y'all need help. If that's the only way you're gonna play the deck, is just milling your deck just to get a PG back, bro. Come on. You guys can do better than that. Go back to the kitchen, cook something up. Give me a real deck here, a real game plan. Yeah, Early Charge Monel, who I wish also was still in the kitchen getting a better effect. She just has a continuous that says if your Vanguard attack 2 or more times this turn, this gets 5k. I feel like they're doing this thing where every nation is gonna get a card that has a continuous effect that it gets 5k for some reason. So far, the Dragon Empire one has been the best one because it gets power, right? Like multiple times, like you can stack the power. All the other ones, they've just gotten 5k once, which has been kind of whack. Too bad the PG doesn't have Hollow. When retired, add to hand. Add to hand. Hollow goes to drop. Why would it go back to hand? Or be a real man and don't use PGs? I mean, yeah, do that. We love 5k plus. Yep. One of the best abilities ever. Whew, what an ability. Oh, man. Yeah, like, this is, like, fine. It has, like, decent applications in Miracle. It's just the fact that it's 5k. It does nothing. If it literally did anything else, like, even if it was, like, Counterblast 3, draw 1, right? It would have been a little bit more applicable, but this exists. It's at least playable. Then we've got here Guru the Kick Spiker, who has basically the same exact effect, except more complicated. Because it says when this unit boosts, if your order zone has 2 or more rest cards, this gets 5k into the end of the turn. So, I don't know if this is supposed to be specifically for Rotovisor, because like I can make the argument that this is maybe for the Flame G girls, right? Because your Vanguard attacks twice technically. But very, very, very interesting support. But yeah, it just gets 5k essentially. I think this only really applies to food tier. Be right back. Okay. You guys wanna guess what I have to eat today? Let's see those cards. Good luck. Good luck finding them. Taco Bell. Technically close, but no, not Taco Bell. Chipotle. Also close, but no. But Chinese food, nope. 7-Eleven spam, hell no. Broken Dayusha support, surely. Dayusha needed a 13k booster. McDonald's, nah. Del Taco, no. Whew. Quadoba, no. It is In-N-Out? No, sorry. I realize now you guys are never gonna get it because you guys are mentioning name brand things. I was hoping you guys would mention cuisines, but you guys all went for like chain things, and that was your downfall. No, it is just Mexican food. Sorry, you played yourself. You played yourself. I told you guys not to trust yourself, and you played yourself. Hey, Steve, how you doing? You played yourself? Lesson learned. So yeah, so I have mozzarella sticks and quesadilla. The Uno reverse, well played, yeah. Cuisine. It does not come with a brownie, no. I might have some what is it again? I think it's chocolate bread? Or like honey bread? Something like that. Cinnamon bread. I think it's cinnamon bread in the fridge that I'll probably have later. Hey Philip, how's it going, buddy? But yeah, Kangaroo Buddy kinda ass. Kinda sucks. Before we get into the reveals again, I promise you I won't bother you about this next Tuesday. Instead, we'll talk about the results from this tournament. But then Thursday, I'll bother you about it. So just a reminder again, we have a tournament over in the Discord, the Drop Zone, which is my Discord. This Friday, which is tomorrow, it is going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is an hour after the anime episode airs. Here comes one on Lucy invites him to one of those dinners. I said live stream dinners. They have dinners. Y'all be getting invited to dinners? Hello? Apparently, it's more valuable than cracker. Ugh, I'm trying to get that one for my fiance. I got rosemary and olive oil fries. That sounds really good. But yeah, the tournament is max capacity. So if you want to join, you cannot. You can, however, come and watch tomorrow if you'd like. We'll be posting the results and there will be footage of it on the channel. We do have upcoming tournaments, so we have set 3 coming out next Friday. And to kind of commemorate that, we're gonna have Card Fight the weekend. 3 tournaments in a row the week after the set drops, so you have time to get your cards. So 9/6, 8 p.m., 9/7, 1 p.m., and 9/8, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 3 tournaments, all in the same weekend for you to try out. Set 3, you don't have to use only set 3 cards. You can use whatever you want, but you can use it as an opportunity to test out your new cards from set 3. But yeah, I should be getting his ass beat tomorrow. Chris Rainless with Sienna, do it. I mean, that party got those who are commentating Worlds event. You had a party? Well, I wasn't there, so I wouldn't know. Wait. Let's banish Ek face down in the remove from play, and let's go ahead and talk about the Stride reveals. It's gonna be a 6-episode story arc. I'm gonna get everyone lost, basically. And that's what it should be. Plot and development. Instead of just fight after fight after fight. But so first up here, we're gonna get the water spout. Daijin. Looks pretty cool. He's got the little fucking hand twisters or whatever the hell while he deflects bullets. Looks cool. But it's just a sentinel. You know, nothing crazy. It's a sentinel that happens to have Grand Blue as a clan, but as far as I can remember, that does not matter for anything Circuit related, because nothing asks for clans specifically or Grand Blue specifically. He is indeed serving, yep. Absolutely serving. Funny, Agana just tried to and gives up, throws his cards in the lake. I mean, I don't know if that's possible. It's a Divine card, you can't be doing that. What? Then we got Tommy, the Ghosty Brothers, which is just your Stride fodder. So you can discard this to Stride for a grade 3. Also, if you have the Crust, you can discard this from hand to pick up Night Rose from deck or drop. So, no surprises here, pretty simple. Right. Then we got ourselves Witch Doctor of Langor, Negro Lazy. Who I'm kind of pissed off about. Because I really like this guy in Zero. And he made the interactions and stuff. He made Grand Blue really fun in Zero. But they shot him in the leg like they did Cutie Paratrooper. So he gets hollow. Right? I'm saying it's mid. I love Lazy and Bones art. I mean, it's not mid. It's not even the fact that their effect not being good. It's the fact that their effect is not what I was hoping it would be, I guess, or maybe what it should have been compared to what they did originally, but so he can hollow. Then he says if he is in hollow, you anytime except the freaking battle phase, you can counterblast 1, choose a card from your drop and call it to rear. Lazy got shot for sharing new crimes, which is like the most frustrating thing about this, right? Like, why in the hell did they give Shiranui 2 restanders when they already had 1, right? In Esper Idea, like that should have been enough, but no, they gave him 2. The deck that uses your rear guard, like what the fuck? That didn't make any sense. And then it comes to the deck that does multi-attack, and they're like, actually, nah, you can't multi-attack. Huh? But yeah, it's just kind of unfortunate. So yeah, so this just lets you call something from drop for counterblast 1, but you can't do it in battle phase, and you have to be hollow to do it. Then on GB1, if this is hollowed and then it gets retired, you can countercharge 1 if you have not countercharged. So, the machinery just has broken in G error. Yep. So I don't know why they decided to bring it back, make it stronger, and to be like, ah, fuck. Everyone else has got to be weak because of that. They did Night Rose and Harry dirty for some reason. It's good that the stride deck sets this time are tame. Like, I don't even care about their power level, because I'm not even talking about that. Right? Like, I don't know how that's gonna work out. The only thing I care about, after American Lazy, the only thing I care about is the fact that they're not, like, true to what the fucking deck actually is, right? When I think Night Rose, I don't think only calling shit from drop, right? So, I don't know. But again, like I keep telling you, just wait till the full reveals, then we can make a full assessment, right? On the bright side, the deck has in-package early game, I guess. I mean, yeah, it does have a really good early game because the Philander clone and the Ride column bar, they become 28, so that shit's pretty crazy. You cannot... yeah, no, your Vanguard has to be Night Rose now, you you cannot play Necrolazy early, no. How do you think... how do you do this to them, and then they made Shiranui Lord, right? Like, Lord was fine. Lord is fine. The only issue with Lord was that they made Dog, and Dog was just really good in Lord. But Lord is fine. He's faithful to what he was, and he works just fine. So, I don't know why they couldn't just do that. But, yeah. For me, it's not the power. I want faithful new iterations. Exactly. Like, I was worried about how strong they were going to be, considering, you know, how much we've had to deal with stride decks that's been so good. But I still wanted them to be faithful, right? I would rather them be really powerful and faithful than them be, you know, whack. Or unfaithful and not be strong, or be strong and unfaithful, or something like that, right? You play Necrolazy if your opponent makes you go first, so that's nice. You mean like in the early game? The only answer for Bushi is to make something that can beat Shiranui, which is ironically Magnolia. I mean, they could also just actually hit the deck. So, they could have eliminated the Calm to Hollow abilities to balance them too. Yeah, I mean, that would have been fine too. But it should be fine. Like, I'm pretty sure the new card, the new grade 2, is just gonna end up calling something mid-battle. Then we got ourselves Witch Doctor of Powdered Bone, Necro Bone, who's... all day I've been hearing that this effect is crazy, it's like the best, whoa, insane. I don't know what the fuck. Sorry, maybe I'm just shit at this game, right? Maybe that's what it is. But this just says at the end of the battle, this unit boosted. If it boosted something that was played from drop, if you have the crest, retire, draw 1. Right? Or at the end of the battle that this unit that was placed... No. Sorry. At the end of the battle that this unit, if it was placed from drop, if you boosted, then you can draw 1. Cool? I guess. But let's see how strong Harry and Night Rose's third reveal is. Remember, Shiranui's second wave is what broke the straw. D Furai and the second wave standard and D Murukuro. Yeah. I hate that they hit the OT with Shiranui and they broken OTs. Like, I don't know why they only hit 1 OT. Why did they just make it so that Shiranui cannot play over triggers? Like, that would have been fine. Like, what was the point of hitting one singular over trigger and then they make a bunch of other ones that it's about the same thing? Like, I hate it sometimes. You go for some powdered bone? I don't know about that. That doesn't sound appetizing. I want to see a video of one of the OG cats trying to play modern Vanguard and reacting to the OT. I mean, you might be able to get that. Since we have at least Misaki around. I don't know about anybody else. I don't sound appetizing? Good, don't fucking eat me then. Shit. Fucking cannibals up in here. Oh, oh damn. But yeah, so this seems fine. Like, that's nice. You can call this out every turn and draw one. That seems okay. It does nothing else. Doesn't get power. It doesn't do what it originally did, which lets you get multi-attack, which was really cool. But now we don't have that, so that's okay. If they ban Frutai and Shiranui, if they ban Frutai, would Shiranui still be OP in standard? I mean, at this point, if they ban Frutai, the deck would still be good by virtue of it being a Stride deck set, but it would not be anywhere near as good. No, I don't think so. But they're not going to do that because, again, they don't want to touch the deck product. But then we got ourselves our first Stride here for Grand Blue, which is going to be the Ghosty Great King Obadiah, who has the effect of Stride from face down, discard cards that equal to grade 3 from grade A, put it on your Vanguard. Vanguard's power and this become the same, and then heart, etc. Then it has a skill that once per turn on Vanguard Circle, as an act, it's not in battle, not on place, you look at the top 5 after flipping for G-Zone, so free, just flip G-Zone. Look at the top 5 only. Choose 1, discard it. Then shuffle your deck, then call 1 from drop. And if it has hollow, it gets 5k. So, yeah, the cost is indeed free 99, which is good. I kind of expected that to happen after seeing Lunatic being free, but I don't know. The more I look at this, the more I go back and forth whether or not this should have been more. I think if this was at least 7 cards, it would have been a little bit better, but I don't know. Maybe this is fine. Maybe this is fine. This Mia, was it better in 0? It was better in 0. In 0, it was 5 cards from your entire deck. In standard, it's 5 cards from the top 5. Or it's look at the top 5, I should say. Pick 1. So it's completely different. Can't have 4 attacks on the first Stride turn regardless. I mean, you can. You just can't do it yet. Once they get the other card, it'll probably let you get multi-attack. Don't forget, they still have other cards to reveal. Main deck can also target mail. Yeah, that's why I was thinking, like, I guess in that situation, if it was every single Stride turn I can dip 5, that would probably be really strong. I think, like, and if it was like any card, then yeah, maybe it'd be kind of strong. So that's what, so that's why I, after a while, I was like, yeah, if it was like the original, that would suck. I think if it was at least 7 and they made Lunatic 7, I think that would have been okay. But it's whatever. 5, dip 1, I think is fine. You don't, well, I mean, I don't see the point in running Maple. Like, you could, but was it 3? That's probably 3. Yeah, 3 probably sounds right. Yeah, you can revive stuff pretty easy. You don't need Maple. You're not gonna like retire her for cost or something unless you have to play that order from Zorga that like retires draw 1 to counter charge. That's the only reason I would think you would need to play Maple. Whether they make Night Rose like a killer deck, they just focus on draw instead of multi-attack. It doesn't make sense. For us 0 kids, this makes 0 sense, bro. Makes no fucking sense. Like, I would have loved it. Like, this deck would have been fine, I think, if they like kept most of the same skills, but they didn't have Ganache, so they couldn't countercharge as easily. I think it would have been fine. if it was just like they can attack it for as much CB they have, but they just don't have easy access to countercharge like they did, I think that would have balanced it out. But oh well. But this is just the first try. This is fine. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be 4 attacks. You can hit some really good numbers with this, right? Because you can play the fake Philander, you can call Columbard. That becomes what, like 33, 38. That becomes 38 on its own. That's pretty good on its own. So, and they didn't give Necrobone hollow, so you can't even call Necrobone with this, which kind of sucks. But you mean I was this? Bears do not have to break the deck in premium. That might be the case, but I don't know. I would rather them make it good in standard and then just restrict it in premium through some sort of ban list instead of just trying to balance it, because trying to balance stuff for standard and premium is just a mess. Yeah, like, it's still Night Rose, it's still interesting, but I was more looking forward to what it originally did. Yeah, you would call it with the stride skill. But you'd have to basically counterblast one each turn to draw one, somewhat. So it's like fine. But that's it. And then next week we'll get the rest of the stride reveals. And we'll actually be getting stuff from set 5. Thanks to Azim who manifested this. We're going to be getting a double rare and a common for Orpheus. Would you, Rose, consider running any generic Sorkea orders? I would think cards like Condensation, Misty Arc, or Resentment would be worthy of consideration. I don't know if Misty Arc is worth it, because you're just going to call stuff from drop instead. Resentment and Condensation is calling from drop, but you already have other ways to do that, so I would think it would be any of the other orders, really. Like, I feel like you want to call stuff from drop. Like, I don't... Mythiarch, like, maybe for the early game? But, like... Because you don't really benefit. Other than, like, the deck fit and getting a card, sure. But it doesn't, like, benefit you more than, like, any other deck, right? So, I don't know. Call lazy effect. Yeah, I guess. You could also just call lazy from hand. Like, I don't know. It's the same thing, I guess. I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see if these Orpheus cards do anything. And we'll find out, I think, everything for the strides. Except for, I don't know if we're finding out the... Yeah, so after this, we'll find out the hairy stuff on probably the Tuesday stream, maybe? I don't know. Or probably the Thursday stream. And the Tuesday streams will probably be anime stuff. Yes, Orpheus. Worst case, this deck becomes Nectar Turbo. I gotta pretend I have Skull Dragon somehow. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm expecting is gonna happen. Nectar seems like the most valid order to play in the deck. Maybe like Restraint, maybe. Stuff like that. I don't see calling from drop or from deck useful, but you could be cheeky, and there's that dumb blitz order that says, like, if you have, you could be cheeky and, like, maybe put, like, orders and drop, and get cards that get powered up from orders and drop, but, yeah. Yeah, modem is on Tuesday, so you guys are on Biffron, I'd be okay with that. Finally picking up support tomorrow, I haven't updated it since Regis, dang. That was a very long time ago. Alright. Let's go back here. I'll get back to that in a sec. I want to finish my quesadilla, as you guys say it, before I get into my rant. Do you guys eat yet? What you guys have for lunch, dinner, breakfast? Who says I like that? You know who.
You know who. It drives me crazy. Having dinner yet? It's almost 5 p.m. Jeez. And like, that's the crime it should be. You can use the grade 2+ orders and fish them back with Vanguard. Water and Blitz order seems funny too. Yeah. Yep. That's what I was thinking, like using like Blitz orders and stuff like that. There's already cards that have, or orders and Blitz orders that have like drop synergy, right? So that makes more sense to me than like condensation or something. Yeah, that is indeed the VTuber clash. We've talked about it a bunch, but I had a specific, I don't know if nitpick is the word, but I have a specific topic I wanted to go over, given what happened there. Can you afford the CV? Probably not. Maybe you can, I don't know. So far, the only thing that counterblast is your counter charger, right? Made spaghetti for me and your family, and your dad did the most Latino thing. He ate it with tortillas. Nice. Good. Stuff in the fridge. And probably eat it later. Let me just wash my hands. Didn't watch what happened? I'll give you a recap. All right. So, yeah, let's talk about this real quick. So yeah, there was a VTuber tournament last Saturday. Had all these VTubers you see there on the screen. I've talked about it so much, I know their names now. I was about to say I don't know any of them, but now I know their names because I've talked about it so much. So I believe, what is it? This is Nova. Alchemy. This is Lavora. This is Miwa Bell. That's Poseidon. This is Leah, and this is I think like Arisu or something like that. Right. So they had this big VTuber tournament. Leah ended up winning. How it went down is that they each played one of the faded decks. So Nova was playing Raziel. Lavora. I keep calling her that card from Lyrical that I hate, but ironically she was playing Chris Rain. Miwa was playing Welstra. Poseidon was playing Bladmeyer. Arisu was playing Varga, and Leah was playing Zorga. Right. Yes, I do indeed have hands. It's also one of the fights. It's fun. I can't get over the design of the one on the right. Yeah, Poseidon do be Poseidon. But it was first round was Leah and Miwa, and it was a bit of an awkward start. It seemed like, from what I've heard, it was like 2 in the morning for this girl, and she did not have the greatest time. I feel like, I don't know, but it was a bit of a rocky start, right? But that's fine, it happens. That's not really what I have an issue with. That doesn't really matter. She ended up losing to Leah here, right? Then we had the second fight, which was these two, so Raziel versus Chris Rain. Chris Rain, unfortunately, lost. Then we had, I think it was you two. It's probably not in that order. It's probably Leah versus her. Right, so then we had Zorga versus Bladmeyer. Bladmeyer lost. Then we had Varga versus Raziel. And Varga lost. And then at the end, it was Zorga versus Raziel. Hopefully I'm remembering that correctly. And then Raziel lost. So we had Leah as the winner, which is like, yay, congrats. She did really well. My issue with the whole thing was, next year if they do a tournament and one of them uses Barrel Magus, I should coach them. Ironically, this one here, Adisu said she's like a Barrel Magus main, and said if like I think she had tweeted something about like if like she wins, she'll make sure like Barrel gets support, or like that would be her wish or something like that. All right, so presumably she plays Barrel. I think the general understanding is that the majority of them, I keep saying this and people keep correcting me, but the majority of them don't play Vanguard. They mainly play Yu-Gi-Oh, except for Nova. I think someone said that Lavora played it, but then sometimes they say like they played it and they mean they played it one time on stream and that's it. But yeah, but so they're like, you know, presumably well-known VTubers, right? They stream, they have a good audience, so this was like a good opportunity for presumably other card gamers to get experience to our game. Whether or not that worked out for them, I don't know. My issue was that I tweeted about this also. My issue was that there were people asking in the chat, right? And they wanted to play Vanguard. They were like interested. So they asked certain questions that made me feel absolutely embarrassed. As someone that plays this game, I was so embarrassed that I was there, because there were questions like, oh hey, does your game, Cardfight Vanguard, have a simulator like Master Duel that I can play? And then this is in like chat, and I'm reading there, I'm just like, shit. Nope, we don't have any of that shit, actually. You want to play the game? You want an easy way to play Cardfight Vanguard? Here's what you can do. You can download Cardfight Vanguard Dear Days for $70, depending on which area in the world you live. Then you can play that, grind up whatever money or whatever to get a deck there, and then pay upwards to like $100, $200 in DLC to get the up-to-date cards. Your other option is you have to go to this shady Russian site to download CFA, figure out the fucking controls, right? And then somehow figure out how to play and then get to play someone. Or you have to go to this, I think Vang Pro is Korean, you have to go to this Google Drive, download this random program to download it, figure out the controls there, and then play the game. And it was just so embarrassing that there was just no answer to give them, right? People did say Dear Days, but it's just like, what the fuck are they gonna do with that, right? They're just gonna go look at the price tag, close Steam, forget about Vanguard. So that just really hurt me, right? Like, I felt so embarrassed as like a content creator, as like just someone who enjoys the game, that these people are interested. And I feel this all the time. They're interested in Vanguard, and it's just like, well, shit, we got here, right? We didn't make it this far, so. My Russian internet boyfriend told me it's safe to install, which is like fine, right? Like, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with like Bang Bro or like CFA or anything like that. It's just the fact that if you compare it to Yu-Gi-Oh, right? They have Dueling Book. They just type in Dueling Book, log in, and they can go to Dueling Book. We have to download a site, right? We have to download a program, and then they have to like connect, fucking go to this weird like little lobby and like figure out the controls and all that stuff, right? Like, the barrier for entry to learn, or not even to learn is not even the right word. The barrier to entry to be able to play Cardfight Vanguard is just very like unnecessarily high, right? Like, and it has to be as simple as possible for someone to go and play a game, right? Like, the best example I have for you is I was trying to play, what is it called? Zenless Zone Saga or whatever, the fucking ZZZ game. I went to go play that. I played it, whatever, and then I came back to play it the next day. It had to update. The game updated, and then it asked me for my password to log in. I didn't remember it. I instantly closed the game and then just was like, fuck it, I'm not dealing with this. And then just walked on and did something else, right? So you have to understand that that's kind of the experience that most people will have. Like, no one wants to put in, majority of people are not going to put in the time and effort to download CFA, to fucking learn a deck, to learn the controls, right? Like, no one wants to do that giant hurdle just because like afterwards the game might be good, right? It has to be as easy and as accessible and as simple as possible, which we just don't have anything
remotely close to that right now, which really sucks. Yeah, the rest we got a dueling book that looks like Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, essentially. Options are buy a $70 game or download an unofficial simulator. Yep. Divine Zero Days 2 coming out next year. Not that that's gonna help, to be honest. I'm gonna get someone to update Zero Days for me to get a ruling. I would myself, but I know. But I like how it says that last time I opened the game was in 2020. Jesus. I'm gonna make a mock-up of Vanguard 00 I Dream. Bet, do it. It's funny that those VTubers know quick start decks are not the good entry products. Yeah. Varillo to the rescue. Honestly, what kept me away from Vanguard for years was the lack of access to try the game. Yeah. So, like, speaking of Vanguard 02, right? That's one of the things that I hated, is that Vanguard 0 was so good at getting people to play the game, right? But everyone kept dunking on the game and fucking clowning on it. But, like, you could tell someone, hey, I'm playing Vanguard. They can easily go on their phone, look it up on fucking the App Store or Google Store or whatever, and Vanguard, they'll look up Vanguard, boom, Vanguard 0, download it. It downloads, and the second they download it and play it, it shoots you into tutorial. You can play the game and get a hang for it, like, right away, right? Instead of going to CFA and you just see, like, options, you don't know what the fuck to do. Instead of going to Vang Pro, you see options, you don't know what the fuck to do. Instead of going to Deer Days and you have to go through a bunch of dialogue options to, like, probably do anything. But it's just really annoying. And then to top it all off, right, they hit on the second thing, right? They were asking, like, oh, okay, good. And I get this question all the time. What's a good entry product? And I'm just like, oh my gosh. Right? Because then they start talking about, like, oh yeah, there's this, like, these quick start decks or whatever, and they start asking questions about it. I'm just like, oh my fucking god. Quick start decks, huh? Yeah, that's great. Because they're gonna come from Yu-Gi-Oh! World, where they have structure decks that are ready to play that cost the same as our quick start decks that just have no effects. I think that the only option is digital, but still, I mean, that's not what I'm assuming. I'm just saying there should be access to a digital one, even if it's like they make an app like Digimon that lets you just play the game and learn it. We need at least that. Like, you should be able to open up Bushiroad, and if it's your first time or something like that, and you can just play the game to get a handle for it. People just need to be able to easily play the game, like, as easy as possible, right? I should be able to go to Vanguard.com and it instantly lets me, like, do like I do in CFA test room, right? It has to be that easy. I get so many of my followers / Mujo ask me about Vanguard, and it's so hard to get them into it, and half of the cool shit is not affordable. Exactly. Thankfully, yes, the Varillo deck, the Virginia deck, whatever, that's gonna be good, right? That's great. It's not coming till November, unfortunately, so for the next 2 months we gotta just tell people to get stride deck sets, essentially, right? You want to play my game, you got $50, $80, $100 or something like that. So yeah, honestly, I guess the first Overdrive start decks are your best option, but still, trying to invite someone to play Vanguard with a vanilla deck, I would get bullied. I would bully someone, yes. They did that to me. You do need to buy 3 start structure decks, whatever. Point is, they have effects and you actually buy a deck product that actually fucking works, and you can actually upgrade it and do stuff with it, right? Instead of buying a deck product and you get 3 cards out of that, and that's it, right? So, at least the manga deck is good, yeah. And most Yu-Gi-Oh! Structure decks, when you get 3 of them, you can play at events out of the box. As of late, yeah. Next goal for me would be to win the lottery and buy all of the Bushi stocks to force them to make a simulator like Master do it. Like, my 2 options are to become the CEO of Bushiroad. At this rate, right? If I want to fix this problem, it's either I become the CEO of Bushiroad, or I, like, make a tech company that just gives them, like, I just magically build the, like, card fight master duel, right? And then I go to their office like, bro, I did everything for you. Just like, I did everything for you. Just take it. Just sell it. That's it, bro. Those are the only options I have right now. I tell my friends that I want to try Vanguard is you can borrow my deck. That shit is too expensive to try. Yeah, and then that's how it should be, right? That's nice. That's how you should be for people in person. Because the only real way for them to be able to get a handle it is to be able to play it, and you have to just let them borrow your deck, right? Which is fine. That's how it is in person. But like, if it's someone that's not in person that you don't have access to, what am I gonna tell them? Like, oh yeah, here, buy 50 different singles to play a deck, right? You can go buy a bunch of singles. You can buy a quick start deck. You can buy a strike deck set, or you can go fuck yourself. Those are your options. And that just ain't it. That just ain't it. Or you can fly to where I am, meet me at a game store, and we can test out the game that way. Right? So, or I guess print out proxies. But that's not really a thing people really have access to like that, right? So. Buy this $20 quick starter deck. Take the crest and take these 6 usable cards. Throw the rest in the trash, right? Unbelievable. Alright. I really thought that when they announced the real deck set, I thought it was gonna come out like next month or some shit. You know? Yeah, no. I mean, it's not 4 months. It's November. It could be worse, but yeah. Imagine Card Fights has fully voiced, completed a complete automated official simulator for premium and standard. I mean, it doesn't even have to be that complicated. Like, they could make something 100 times simpler. It's just, there is nothing, right? The fact, it's just zero, right? There's just nothing. Like, even Duel Links, right? Even people that want to get into Yu-Gi-Oh, they at least have Duel Links that they can quickly go on their phone, okay, I can play Yu-Gi-Oh like this, bam, right? We don't even have that. We have like what? They look up, they get Vang Pro. That's the only thing that they can look up if they look up Vanguard. Maybe Vanguard 0 if it's still listed. So, I think the OG start decks, stand-up deck sets were a good starting product. I stand by those. Yeah, those are the best products they've made. Honestly, the only good deck products Bushiroad has made is the stand-up, the start decks, the original start decks, and then the stand-up deck sets with like Graham Grace and Farbino. Those were amazing. They just need to do stuff like that more often. Wow. If Vanguard didn't have an online sim, the game would explode in popularity. It's basically money on the table. And it's like, and it doesn't have to be crazy, right? Like, I know people want all these crazy things. Like, it doesn't even have to be that crazy. Like, you don't even have to make it that insane, right? It just has to be so simple. I just have to be able to play the game, right? It's gonna have to be automated. Fine. You already have Deer Days. Like, literally just take Deer Days, make a web version of Deer Days, right? Or an app version. Pick one. Presumably, I would rather web, or I guess you can make it a standalone client. Either one works for me. You can literally take away all the voice lines, take away all the animations. Like, I don't give a shit about that. That's fine. Cut all that shit out, right? You want to cut profits? Get rid of all the fancy voice actors, right? Fine. Cut all that shit out. Yeah, cut the story mode, right? No, none of that stuff. And then that's it. Just release Deer Days, but then just cut all the fluff out, and you'd be fine, right? Like, that would be something if it's just easy to access. Is a deal breaker for me? The stand-up trial decks were not vanilla. I don't know what you're talking about. If there's no single player, then you're out. That's fine. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. We need an actual way to people be able to play the game, be able to access it as easy as possible. Not go to the store and figure it out. Not go on TCG Player and figure it out. Not pay $70 for Deer Days. That's not a solution. So, yes, exactly. At least a demo for the game, right? I need to be able to direct people so they can very quickly feel the game for themselves. Not a teaching session, right? They're not gonna there's not gonna be teaching sessions people can just go into, right? People, when they're interested in something, they need to just be able to check it out immediately, right? No one's gonna look like, oh, hey, this Vanguard game, that looks swell. Oh man, I can learn how to play it in like 3 months. Wow, that's a great idea. I will totally be interested in 3 months. No, that's not gonna work. Sure, even shut down in the first place? Probably a lot of reasons. Mentioned the Direct Jewel, Leonore, and Youth decks. Those were not that great. They're better than Quick Start decks, but they weren't that great. Wow.
A lot of common normal treatment. I don't care about that. I don't give a shit about any of that. Make it all common. I don't care. I don't care about that. They were pretty decent. I don't know. We should get decks like Orpheus, Gram, Fav, like biannually, so there's always an entry level product, not hot ad. Exactly. Why aren't they doing this? Like, they could very easily take. They have so many decks that they don't want to support. Fine, fuck them. Don't support them. Barrel Magus, fuck that guy. Don't support him in the main set. Just give him a stand-up trial deck. Give him like 2 cards. Fine. Buff Sagra, you don't give a shit about her? Fuck off then. Just make a fucking stand-up fucking product with sleeves. That'll sell. It'll sell so easily. Just give her like 2 new cards that actually do something, and that's it. Problem solved. I don't understand. Why make 100 ride lines if you're not gonna like sell them as deck products, man? What did lip pulse? Fine, go for it. Oh, but yeah. Vags, I'd cry. Girlies help so bad. Like, exactly. Granfia? You forgot he existed? Oh man, here's a stand-up trial deck you can make, bro. Like, even give him like a, I don't know, a hot furry wolf support thing. Go all in on the furry market. Go ahead. I don't get it. Maybe we should boardroom meeting about Vanguard and just hear them reading how they handle the game. I'm being attacked. I'm trying to help you. They'll make one with a more complex version as a triple rare. Fine. That's fine. Just make something, right? But, so yeah, that was just my big issue with the VTuber tournament. Has nothing to do with the actual VTubers. You know, they're no fault in this, right? They did the most for the game that they could. It's just the game, like they gave the game the buzz that they could. It's just that the game could not handle the buzz, and that is just depressing and embarrassing as a Vanguard player. So, and then they found out about the overtrigger, and that kind of sucked. But hey, that is what it is, right? But yeah, hopefully we see these again for like the in October, I guess, or maybe not October exactly, but after October for like the Destin Clash. Hopefully I have enough clout and we can do like flesh tubers versus VTubers, but we'll see. Comes with a normal Rosarium unless the impact sounds enticing, not gonna lie, go for it. Yeah, that was my rant. Alright. Originally I wanted to make that into a video, but I don't know if my thoughts, if my expressions are structured enough for me to put that out there. But let's you know, talking about entry product decks. Maybe we have the solution here. Maybe, right? Probably not. Maybe. Well, let's talk about this Koto collab that was revealed this morning. I wonder what a Unison dress Grand Fear would do. Draw and restand at the front is nice, but I don't think they would replace the mass boost skill. They also wouldn't give him Unison dress because that's just only for Leonard, unfortunately. But in that manner where it's like a grade 3 that you ride over a grade 3, like, yeah, that'd be cool. Did I see a sneak peek, Matt? You know, what's the sneak peek, Matt? Is it Dark States? If it's not Dark States, I send it back. If it's not Dark States, I send it back. Tell me it's Falcor, or tell me it's Falcor. Definitely not, but send me works because they're besties. I guess it's the it better not be the Vermilion Order. There is no Vermilion Order. What do you mean? They're evolving from Dark States. You can't evolve from Dark States. That's not a thing. That doesn't happen. What? Man. It's not Falcor. I'm gonna be real pissed.
We haven't had a Dark States sneak peek mat in the longest time, bro. This is absolutely an injustice if it's not Falcor. Vermilion Order? There's no Vermilion Order. Should have been Lucier, yeah. Honestly. Who the hell? What Vermilion Order? Pole? What the? They did not, that is not. Ain't no fucking way that's the. Ain't no fucking way. Who wants that? No way. No way. Ain't no way. I mean, it probably looks cool as a mat, but it's not fucking. The card's not even used. And it's not Dark States. What the hell? Unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. I don't know what that is. I care. Trust me, you don't want it. Oh, right. Like, I'm sure it'll look cool, but at the same time, god damn it. The Missy Arc Sheep, they wouldn't do that, unfortunately. It's either hardcore boy shit or hardcore waifu. They don't do anything else. The only time they deviated was when they did the Nirvana order that one time for whatever reason. It's okay. It's not right. No, not for Steve Beat Max. For whatever reason, they just don't exist. Oh. All right. So let's talk about this.
So yeah, I just spent a bunch of time complaining about how we don't have an entry level product. Well, Japan has the Varillo start deck, which is great, and they're also getting this huge collab with Korokoro magazines, which is the magazine that Skyridge, the Vanguard anime, the Vanguard manga is being run in. Korokoro is a huge manga company, I guess is the word, in Japan. So this is a huge collaboration. It's just one, we don't know any of these manga. Two, we might not get this, but we'll see. But they are basically going to take all 5 of the quick start decks except Lyrical, because fuck Lyrical apparently, and give them these collab bosses. We've seen already 3 of them, right? We've seen Baby Cristianos, we've seen Man, and we've seen Black, right? We've seen all of these before, but then we have the 2 new ones here. This is going to be the Triumph Dragon one, and this is going to be the Dark States one, who is just Chrono Jet. I just know the first one was in the older Monster Hunter collab. Yeah. Sorry, elementary school kids. Yeah, I started to younger kids, which is fine. And they're gonna each get their own deck product. Here are the first 3 that we know of. So we have Deka Sugi Deka-kun, which is a manga. It's a joke manga or gag manga, which is just making jokes about how this guy is really tall. And that's it. That is it. Then we have this one, Baby, which is about the strongest 0-year-old baby in history. So it is literally a baby that came out the box and he's just ripped and shit. Then we have here Black Channel, which is the most, I think, intrinsic, I can't say the word. But so in order to make his videos more entertaining, Black goes and make contracts with humans to film their despicable true natures by giving them mysterious powers and teach them a lesson to expose the hidden side of humans, games, and hobbies. So this one is like legit. This one seems legit. This is just, haha, you're tall. And this one's like, haha, baby. And then he's out here doing like real shit, right? Sounds like the original Yu-Gi-Oh over here. He also has a YouTube channel, which is insane, right? Like, absolutely insane. If I was him, I would be set for life. Right? Yeah, the boss is also Chrono. We'll go to that one next. But if I was this black guy, I would be set for life. Like, imagine I have a YouTube channel and they make a manga about me, and then they put me in the video game that I cover on the YouTube channel, bro, or the game, I should say, bro.
This is like my role model, I guess. Goals, 100% goals. Right, 100% goals. I would love to be black. Absolutely. I wish I could. I wish I could be him. That's the synopsis of these, right? Here are the cards. We've already gotten their cards revealed, or at least their main Vanguard.
Here is the first one.
They all have a collaboration with the Quick Start deck boss, right? So they're technically like upgraded versions of them. So this first one is even Sal, whatever, is surprised. Extremely huge Deca Boy. So this one has 3 effects here. 1, it can attack. 2, it can attack if you Soul Blast 1. And then 3, when it does attack, you Energy Blast 3, he gets a crit. Then Counter Blast 1, he gets a drive. So this is like the tamest out of the 3 that we know of. So I'm very interested to see how they make this into an actual deck. But it is an 18k Vanguard. Yes, this is in Keter. So pretty interesting. I don't know how they're gonna make this work out, but it's like essentially Shield Fisher, but with an actual effect, right?
Then we have ourselves secretly introducing Astrum behind Welstra's back number Blitzco, or hashtag Blitzco Black, who, if you didn't notice, can count as your Vanguard being Astrum, as well as Welstra, as well as Blitz, I think, because he has it all in his name. But this is the one that's kind of insane, because it has 2 effects. One that says you can discard 1, choose a product from your order zone, operate it, and if you have 3 or more set orders, he gets triple drive. Then it says when it attacks the Vanguard, counterblast 1, restand one of your rear guards. So insanely two insanely good decks. No more Keter Power decks, now Power, I mean, kind of. Black likes to make deals, making people's wishes come true to make videos on, so he's Mr. Beast. Essentially, yeah. I've seen the disgusting stuff this bro can do. Not specifically. Showing me those Vladimir lists yesterday. I tried them out today and cooked with my friend. Won against Jet, healing 4 times, winning 3 cards left in deck thanks to LT. Nice, good job. But yeah, we did talk about this before. Here's what the list looks like. This just won, I think, 2nd place in the She-Hulk Cup. And it's basically just Welstra with a different Vanguard, and then you throw in the Astrum grade 3 that just says if Astrum stands something, you can Soul Blast out Astrum to restand it or something like that. So this gives you 5 attacks, and you can play for Schultz Maximum. So it is pretty insane. It is pretty insane. This is the one that I'm the most hyped about originally. Because I really wanted to try and play this out. I think it's a really fun looking deck, but we'll see if we can get it. Yeah, you can indeed do a lot of attacks. You can technically, like, you can do a lot of attacks in different ways, which is what makes this deck insane, right? Because you can do the typical Welstra, not Welstra, well, not really. You can do 4 attacks, this typical Welstra route with this guy. You can use this guy, right? Restand something else, and then the restands, you can have 2 of these, so blast out 2 of him to restand both. Like, you can do a lot. Well, actually, maybe not. But yeah, it's nuts. Hope the Dragon Empire Grandpa's OP just for the memes. I mean, he has to be pretty good considering that Triumph Dragon isn't the best. But then we have the Strike Air one, which is Takahashi clinging to Cristianos, which is also pretty good. So it says act on Vanguard Circle, Energy Blast 3. Look at the top 7, choose 1, discard it. Even Cristianos looks at top 7. Obadiah can't. Like, what the fuck? But then if your drop has 1 or more Blitz Words until the end of the turn, this unit gets triple drive. And if you have 4 or more, all your front row gets 5k. So since this is getting a deck product, we can assume that we'll be getting more Blitz Orders for Stoikea, right? I'm assuming that he'll get at least 1, but we'll see. Then he has another skill that says, at the beginning of your battle phase, you counterblast 1, choose a card from your drop, call it to rear. If you have 4 or more Blitz orders, call 2 instead. So it's just Cristiano's effect, but kind of better, right? Yeah, he does not work with Nectar now. These side bosses... These side bosses turn out quote-unquote editors love Triple Drive more than anything. I mean, yeah, Triple Drive is hype. But, this is, some panels from the, I guess, Cristiano's manga, but this is the bebe inside his mother's womb, but that motherfucker was fucking doing push-ups inside the womb, so that's why he came out the box looking like this, bro. He's strapped. He not fucking around, bro. So, you dweebs should have been doing this shit in the womb, fucking doing push-ups and shit, and then y'all just wanted to not, instead just sit there and be boring like fucking lazy. Yep, basically it's just Baki but for kids. But then I don't know how it is that he turns into this, right? I don't know what's the lore behind him turning into like baby, but like, does he have like an umbilical cord? You guys did it? Yeah, what the heck? But yeah, I guess he can understand language and talk. But yeah, this is an anime version of Stewie. He's younger than Stewie actually. But yeah, not y'all giving bebe shit when y'all watch like Family Guy and Stewie's like 2 and he can talk, or Bugs Bunny where it's like a fucking rabbit that can talk and like shoot guns and shit. And y'all telling me we can't have a baby that fucking does push-ups in the womb? Nah. I can't live in a world like that. Nuh-uh. This is the most normal KP plot, exactly. But that's the lore behind Cristianos. I should have found some for the other stuff, but what I might do, I'll put this out. I'll put this out right now. I did the same thing for the Virginia, Varillo, whatever deck. If Bushiro, Bushi Spy, that's in the chat, I know you're listening. If you can make this come out in English, make it reasonably priced, again, and make it come out at a reasonable time, not fucking next August, right? Give me this, like, I don't know, February or something like that. I will also do a bunch of videos on this product for you to sell it, like I will be doing for Varillo. To be bulked up? Yes. I want my kids to be fucking bulk the fuck up as soon as they're born. Absolutely. It is both. It is both. But we'll get to that in a second. So here are the other 2 collaborations. There is Grandpa Danger, which is like another comedy manga about a grandpa. I don't really want to get into that one that much. I'm not too concerned about that, because I wanted to talk about this one. All great achievements require time. December 2026, 89.99 is the best I can do. Bushiro, go back. I send it back. Try again. No. None of these have an audience in the West, so I feel like they would hardly have an audience personally. Me too. I was 100% in agreement with you, Azim, and I 100% expected these to not show up. If these do come stateside, I personally wouldn't want these arts as the Vanguards, but rather something that they keep the same effects. What's the point of having a collab? I'm bringing a collab if it's not gonna have the collab art. But I 100% thought this was just not gonna come. So as soon as I saw it, because I was hyped to see what the new product was, and I was just like, oh, it's just fucking collab. It was like the Squidward meme, right? Like I brought out my chair, like, oh shit, new product for November, fuck yeah. And then I was just like, oh, collab, right? But we did get Mushi King. We did get the bugs, right? There's no audience in the West for fucking hyper realistic bugs. Maybe there is, but not that play Vanguard for Mushi King, right? So honestly, the fact that this is a deck product,
could be possible. Could be possible. So. This reminds me of the 31 Minutos episodes where the news channel gets bought by Japanese stereotypes and the whole crew is confused at the Japanese culture? What? It's from Time Patrol. His I Can Rewind Time, no joke. That I can really... yeah. So all great achievements require time. It's literally about a boy named Chrono who can rewind time. And he's in dark states. So he's just going to be Chrono Jet. He's going to time skip. So... just half of these arts look ass to me. Black and the Time Guard are the ones that look decent. I mean, I could say that about like majority of Vanguard cards, right? I think Overlord looks ass to me. They should not bring Overlord art to the West. They should give it something else. Like, so I don't know. That's just a matter of preference. But if it's a collab, it has to come with the collab art. I don't know what to tell you. But we don't know what this is gonna look like, right? This is just from the manga. This isn't what the card is going to look like, right? That's not what the card is going to look like. That's just what the manga that is going to collab with that deck is going to look like, right? But that's not what the actual card is going to look like. That we don't know. Yeah, so that it's going to be these guys. But all we know is going to have the same name. And that's it. We don't know. Grandpa's the best art. He might not even be in the art. Who fucking knows, right? So I don't know. I don't want to see Grandpa Danger Grade 3. It's like, I mean, for all you know, it could just be fucking Triumph Dragon eating fucking Grandpa because he's in danger, and then that's a whole art. It's just like this crazy ass shit, right? It could be the craziest shit in the world. You don't know. You don't know. It hasn't come out yet, but we'll see. But yes, it is going to be a new nation, so it's a whole new collab. There is going to be a box that comes with packs. They weren't entirely clear on this, but there's also a deck product. I'm sure we'll find out more about this eventually. It's hardly the baby art. Yeah. But the baby, it looks cool. I don't know, I like the baby art. It just looks funny. But yeah. So it's gonna be like a box set or a booster set and also a deck product, right? And it's gonna work similar to Vispo, where their nation, they have dual nation cards as well. Here, where they're gonna be Koto but also in the regular nations. So it's gonna be very similar to Vispo, except they get their own deck and booster product. And then yeah, that's just the breakdown of it, right? But yeah, it's very unclear to me how exactly this product is going to work. I just know it's going to be a deck product, I think, specifically for all of them. It might be that they all come in one deck product. I don't know. But we'll find out more as time comes along, but we'll see. Yeah, but it's just a new product that's coming out in November. Not getting this? Probably not. But again, like I said, we did get Mushikin, and I swore up and down we were not gonna get Mushikin. But just turns a Grandpa Danger Status by Eugene. I don't know. We'll see what the actual art looks like. It says 3 packs per card, 24 packs though. This is a start deck product? I don't know. This is all the information that they gave. I'm assuming it's just that they're going to have a deck for each of them, and then there's going to be a side booster like the Token Rambu ones that are small, but who knows. Chef do not have the magazine. We don't have the Beetle machine either, so I don't know what to tell you. I don't think they play Mygo. Do they have like Mygo or Bang Dream concerts outside of Japan? We're doing that. I mean, they are technically Bushi products also because they have, right? They have their product in it, right? Like one of them says Cristianos and stuff like that. So I don't know, but we'll see. Yeah, they are. I think a Bushi brand. I don't know, but yeah, we'll see. And there'll also be other cards by other artists, right? So we'll see what comes out of this. Like I said this morning, I expected it to be 100% not coming out, but hey, we'll see. Who knows? We probably won't find out until December or January. We won't find out until maybe then, but we'll see. Doesn't own Quince, but I still got them. Yep, that is true. So we'll see. But, let's talk about Barrel Magus real quick. And the talk is that I have nothing to talk about. I don't know. I said last time I was gonna read, but maybe we can read the lore together, but that shit is real long. So instead I would implore you guys to take a look at it. It's kind of long, and if you guys haven't read the previous one, it's not gonna make a lot of sense, but I don't know if you guys want to sit here for half an hour and watch me read. But, excuse me, sorry, very burpy. Which one's this one? No. Why is this here? I don't like this song. Oh, actually no, this song is fine. Never mind. I don't hate this song. I mixed it up with something else. Is this one good? Yeah, that one's fine. How can we make this about Barrow? No. I'll show you guys. But speaking of Bang Dream, Bouchereau decided to, 2 days before the sneak peek it comes out, to announce, or like 3 days or whatever, that we are getting the Bang Dream collab that was in set 2 originally, in set 3. So we're not getting Vispo. If we are, fucking, that sets the pull rates for that is gonna be fucking ass. But we're not getting Vispo. We're getting Bang Dream, which means we're gonna get another run of the Bang Dream crits, including the new Mygo ones of them. And then we are also getting high rarity of their triggers that they originally had in set 1 for us, right? And they're also going to get energy cards of girls. And then the music cards are also going to be in the set as well. So it is not wave 2, it's a reprint technically, and extra stuff. Depends on whether those are triggers, or it depends on which ones are the popular ones. To my knowledge, the Morphonica and the Bang Dream ones. Morphonica was the most expensive of the original ones, and then the Bang Dream ones are going to be the most expensive this time around again, because everyone's going to want to play Bang Dream crits in their Bang Dream deck. Not that they get, Mygo crits in their Mygo deck. Not that they get extra whatever. They just want to match. And it's going to be the same thing for Morphonica. These are nationless. You can play this in whatever deck. They look pretty. It's nice to have these. Vispo, maybe delay. Who knows? Maybe we'll get it in fucking set 4 like I've been dreading, because then that means we get Barrel twice. And I don't want to get Barrel twice, but... one second. There, that looks a little bit better. Alright. That's him again. Why would you announce this after pre-orders have closed? Yep. I'd honestly baffling why this wasn't announced earlier, because like even me, I would have bought more product, or I should say pre-ordered product, if I knew these were coming out, right? Just because I like the trigger, so at least it's inexpensive. But like I don't understand why they wait for so long to release this, because like you could make the argument of like licensing or whatever, but no, the cards are already printed. They've been printed out, the cards, right? They should have minimum, I think, printed out these cards, I want to say like 2 weeks ago minimum, right? No, 3 weeks ago. And it takes them like the rest of the like, it takes them like those 3 weeks to ship them out where they need to go, right? because they have to ship it around the world. So these cards are made way in advance. So they could have told us this a long time ago. Like, so, and that's like a conservative estimate, or a, maybe not conservative, but right, like I'm being super generous that they just got this product, right? They could have told us this minimum 3 weeks ago, but I'm pretty sure they could have told us this like 3 months ago or something like that, or maybe like 2 months ago or something like that, that they had this product or this collab and it was coming in. And I don't know why they continually wait till the very last second to tell us these collabs are showing up in the set. They are printed 3 to 4 months before release, according to 50 cards. Yeah, that's why I was saying that my estimate is completely wrong, right? But like even that would have been okay. But yeah, 3 to 4 months ago makes a lot more sense. So they could have been told us this. They could have been told us this, because like there's no way that they printed the cards, the box, and then opened the box and snuck these in or something like that, right? This has been out there, so I don't understand why they didn't tell us this a long time ago. Right, licensing can't be an excuse because they wouldn't have the right to print it, right? So they had knowledge of this a very long time ago. They could have told us this in April or something like that, that we were getting this, right? Yeah, which maybe was too soon, I don't know, but they could have told us way earlier, right? And I don't like that they didn't. No. Yes, indeed, very, very necro-lazy. Other thing that I wanted to talk about really quickly, we have some silliness going on Twitter. So we've talked about him before, but there's this Vanguard player called Milte. I believe he like organizes tournaments, but he also releases tier lists for the game. He's one of the most notable Japanese Vanguard players, so a lot of people, when they see his tier list, they take it for like Bible, right? Also, whenever he tweets about a card or a deck list or writes an article about whatever, they take it as Bible. So I don't know the full story, but basically he was asking about this one card, which is this thing. This is a promo that we got a long time ago. That's just says, when this hits a Vanguard, if your order zone has a set order, you Soul Blast 2, retire one of your opponent's rear guard. That's all it does. We got this a long time ago. It's 9k base. Probably too much, right? Yeah, it's a bit too involved. I like this better. I bet you this is probably gonna have lyrics, and I'm gonna be like, fuck, but I like that better. And, you know, he was asking about either trying to get it or something like that. I didn't look up the exact tweets, right? But because of that, because he's so notorious for saying mentioning random cards and then random text that you can use in cards, the card is like sold out, and like we have shops that are putting up these wanted posters trying to ask to buy this card now for 40 yen, which is like roughly like 30-40 bucks, I think, or something like that, which is ridiculous just for the mere mention of it. So another shop here either selling it or buying it for 50. Yeah, blind buyout, which is just ridiculous, just because he mentioned it and discussed it. I'm assuming it's for use in Impel deal, but I don't know. But yeah, Imagi made this thing because it's happened every single time with these cards, right? Yeah, it's Prescription Angel. There's Prescription Angel. He did it with fucking this stupid guy. I guess he did it with this thing recently for Impel deal. So yeah. The shop is buying it at 5k yen. Jesus. Yup. Which, did that see any play? No. Is it probably still sold out? Probably, or jacked up, right? So, just keep an eye out for that. If you got copies of this or wanted to get copies for this, maybe get it. Because it's probably going to get bought out. I thankfully bought these in like 2022 because I thought he looked cool. And I got the hot stamp one. I guess I could look it up to see what it's going for if it actually did anything. I don't even know the context of it. I just know he talked about it, and it's just fucking kaput, right? Let's see now. It is out of stock in the normal version. That's great. As a victim of prescription, I can't believe bought her holo at $11. Why the hell did you buy her, period? She's garbage. You should have never bought that. I can't believe it's gone. Yeah, I have the house stamp one, but that only has 3 listings. Well, it has 3 listings, but a couple of copies. So that's I hate it when people do that and they don't look at. They could have gotten the slightly rare one for about the same price, but whatever. Yeah. So, if you want to get yourself the hot stamp one, you can get it now on TCG Player. If you have access to TCG Player, it's not worth it. Don't do it. But if you just really want the card, you might need to get it now. And don't be surprised when this shows up in a promo pack, a tournament promo pack in the future, right? My final yell is doesn't need her at all. Nope. I had a shit ton of that prescription angel that I could have sold for crazy profit. Even the holo, because I just got so many of them from playing when she was being given out. But yeah, don't do that. That's dumb. Yeah, you got more fold. Next up, we have ourselves messages from the drop zone. So once again, the drop zone is the Discord. If you guys want to join, we can chit chat. We have tournaments there. We fight there. We have fun. But also, before every stream, I ask if anyone has anything specific they'd like to talk about. And we got a message here for Azim saying, why is the new Obadiah art such a downgrade from the original? Honestly, I feel like some of the arts for Night Rose's deck sets have been so underwhelming. V Tommy Bros still superior. Why is your ship so Fisher Price looking? So, yeah, I won't do a philosophical discussion this time because I'm a little tired from editing and recording stuff for next week. But we'll take a look at it. So this is the Obadiah art, the new one, and here's the old one. What do we think? Which Obadiah art looks better? I'll let that sink in. I'll let Ek rip out his eyeballs real quick since we're talking about strides. I don't know, people should believe in this. Me saying Eugene is OP. Where is this new art? Ohio. Yep. That's fair. One on the left looks like a McDonald's toy. Yeah, I mean, I originally liked it because it looked kind of cute. But, yeah, this one is 100 times better, right? It's very action-y. Looks a lot more menacing and whatnot. There's a lot more going on. He just looks like a fucking Thanksgiving float. Or, not float. Balloon? What the fuck do they call it? I'm forgetting now. But, yeah. For good in quality, just opposing composition. Yep. I'm breaking the castle. OG version. Yes, exactly. That's what he looks like. Especially because he's flying over the city. Exactly what it looks like. Macy's parade float looking ass over here. Yes. Wow. We're doing a fight to float Goku. Yep. Just on the other side. Just fucking. Yeah. I gotta give it to you. Yeah, if I had to pick one, it would be this one. Not talking about like the art composition. It's just the, I guess the design of it. Yeah, I'd have to go with the one on the right. This me before eating it. Right is after, damn. It's alright, fair enough. What about this one? Here is the new Night Rose. I was actually a big fan of this art when they revealed it. I thought it looked really cool. But here is the original Night Rose. What are we thinking here? I already know the answer for you guys. What are we thinking? Lacks color? Yeah, it does. It is very like low saturated. coming from the king of saturation. Oh, it does indeed lack it. You could just see it very easily. I didn't like change the colors. I didn't do any color correction or anything like that, right? One is neat. Chair one is peaked out. The new one is neat. I like the new one. It's fine. But if I had to pick between these two, I was always a huge fan of the original art, right? Like the background looks really cool. Her pose is really cool. She looks really cool and like really hot at the same time. It looks great. I like the OG art more. The colors of the OG pop, and I like the pose more. Yeah. Some fears to the throne night rose. I don't know. I sent both, to be honest. I'm an absent. The phone looks like it's too new. She got to me. I went to IKEA for a remote. Also, V Nairos has the greenish miasma fog on it. And I felt that vibe, I think. Where's the night fog, man? Yeah. Yeah, I hadn't realized the boat, but yeah, the boat does look kind of fucking ass. It just looks kind of there. So, yeah. Argoban Throne Night Rose isn't better than both. Unbelievable. I like this one more. What about this one? So this is the Vanguard 01. That is in History Collection. That you can get as in SP. For you can't get it because I'm pretty sure it's sold out, or it's $1,000. Originally, I did not like this one. This was a rank reward. I originally did not like this one. But now that I see the full art, I actually really like this one. I actually really like this one. But, yeah, the background is kind of bland, but it's kind of cool. Like, I don't know. The Stride Deck set one is cooler. It's been gone? Yeah. Zero, I miss you. Me too. You have the SB alt mount. I pulled the Bruce one and the Yasuya one. I sold both of them. I don't play any of those decks. I kind of wish I kept not Bruce, sorry. Nova, the Rising Nova one. Has like miasma around her or fog. It might have been, maybe that's why I don't like it. I don't know. Or maybe that was only the SP. I don't remember. It's clear as day as a new one. Yeah. I don't know. If I had to pick one of these, all Spike Brothers look the same. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. Like the pose, it definitely looks a lot better now that I actually see the full art. I don't know. Like this one is still fine. It could have been better, right? They could have like made the colors pop a little more and done something here, done something with the background here. Like had they done this but then kept like this background, this one, the new one would have looked amazing. But since they just put the boat there, it's kind of like, yeah, like girl, I got it, you're a pirate. Like I got that the second I looked at you. You didn't have to put a boat there too, right? So this was a tough one for me. G-Rose legit so hard to top. Yeah. Before because I don't have an option. No. I don't know. I think I might have to give it to this one, just because the background just looks so bland. Wow. All right. Then we have the one that you guys can't stop talking about, the one that's supposedly the best one. The throne one. This one's cool and all, but I will never be able to own this card. Right, so I just honestly pretend it doesn't even exist, right? Like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but when it's just stuff that I can't have, I'm just like, oh well, I'm not even gonna like I'm not even gonna entertain it, right? So it's whack. Yeah, I'm never gonna have this, so like, why bother? Why delude myself and be excited for the things that I can never have, right? This one's cool. If I had to pick between this one and this one, I would pick this one. But if I had to pick between this one and the original one, I would pick the original one.
I get to look at April's shiny rose collection.
But overall, I still really like the original one. And then there's one more that I couldn't find full art for, but this is the V1. So unfortunately, the best I can find is this somewhat high quality textured version of it. The textured roses on the chair. Ugh. This is the V1, which like I always thought looked kind of boring. To be honest, but it's probably because I only have it in common. I guess if it was foil, it would look one, but is there the one on the right seat? It's not like we can afford her. Well, yeah. I also like the D1 cuts off her sword. Yeah, that's fair. So one time she actually does something actiony with the sword and you cut it off. You own the V1? Yeah. I think the V1 frames the whole unit nicely. True. Yeah, the framing is nice. I was originally I should put up the card art, but I didn't put the card art originally for the new one because I had the full art for the other one. So, yeah. This one's kind of hard for me to tell, right? Because it has like the foiling and stuff. So obviously the foiling looks cooler than like this flat image, right? But I'd honestly, I'd probably have to say this one if I had to pick between the two. But if I had to pick one out of all of them, it'd be the original one. What about Tommy Bros? He has a lot of banger GB arts. V has a lot of banger VB arts. Possibly. This is the new Tommy Brothers, which has little baby Night Rose in the background over here in the ship and whatnot. This is the original one. Which one do we like more? I hate the ship, but you love Tommy. Yeah, can't say I'm a fan of the ship, especially because it's just a, I guess to quote you, yeah, it's just a Fisher Price looking ship. Like there's no like crazy detail, it's just ship. So the right one left because we get a glimpse of Night Rose. I mean, is it really a glimpse of Night Rose? Like both, not gonna lie, I love how Night Rose is in the back. Yeah, I guess. I don't know, this just feels like an alt art or something like that, right? Whereas like this feels like an actual playing card, if that makes sense. This just looks like a manga panel or just like, I don't know, an order or something like that. But ain't the same as the best one, the V Tommy Brothers. I don't know. Yeah, if I had to pick one, it'd be this one. I like this one more. This one's fine. I don't have anything against it. It's just if I had to pick one, gun to my head, it would be the original one. The D1 does look like an order, yeah. So, you know what it is? You know what it really is? It's the fact that this is right. It's their card, right? It's supposed to be their card, but this and this take up too much attention from the fact that this is the Tommy Brothers and not a Night Rose and Night Rose Bow card, right? I think that's the problem. Like here, it's literally like, oh yeah, it's their fucking card. Like they own it, right? They're owning the space. Here, they're just a fucking accessory. They're not even like truly there. They're just an accessory, and this is their card, right? They're not even the stars on their own card. So that's probably what the issue is with that one. But so that's the original one. In a good way, yeah, that's exactly what they look like, which that's probably what they are, right? But like for their own card, you would think they would have some sort of prominence, but they don't. Night Rose Bow should have been set order. I mean, it would have been normal order if anything, given Surukea, but yeah, set order would make sense. But here is the one that's been glazed a lot. Well, again, I cannot find the full art, but here is the V Tommy. So this one is very similar to the D one, where there's stuff in the background and whatnot, but it isn't as distracting, right? Because like in this one, I can tell that these guys are the star of this card, and she's kind of the extra in the background and whatnot. Not even the food is like overpowering them, right? So they did it right here, whereas like here they didn't really do it. So Tommy confirms the boys can drink. They can drink this green ass soda, whatever the fuck that is. Yeah. Like the boat is too nice to be on a ghost boat, but not nice enough to be elegant. Yeah, it's just 100%. 100%, yeah. 11 out of 10. V Tommy confirms the boys can drink. He should have been a 20k shield because there's 2 of them, surely, yeah. I love them so much. Mountain Dew, they are gamers, hell yeah. I'd love to have the SB, but Grand Blue Shiny, so yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, I guess if I had to pick one, it would be this one. Yeah, this one's way better. I think that's the only one I had. Yeah, okay. But so yeah, the art is a bit of a downgrade, unfortunately. Not that it's bad. It's just the art. I think it's just the standard was set so high originally that the art now just isn't cutting it.
The one solace is that we can get
the Obadiah SP easily, like full art, versus like the old one we can't. The Night Rose we can get it. I wish it came full art. That would have been nice at the very least. But hey, we get to own a foil Night Rose, probably cheaper than what it is on the market now, right? But yeah, that has been messages from the drop zone. The 0 to 10 due to him not being alt night soon. Is that a pie on the side? Is that really what they were eating? Is that what this is? Because I'm guessing it's supposed to be like ramen. It's like fish and noodles, maybe. That's just some like salad. That's just like some random meat. I don't know what that is. I don't know. Maybe that's what that is. Maybe. Sorry. All right. Noodles and pesto. Ew. I mean, I like pesto. It's very gloopy looking pesto, but yeah. But all right. So yeah, join the Discord. You get a chance to make me talk about something on stream as long as it's reasonable, right? Last time we talked about fish. Today we talked about more fish, sort of. Pork rinds on a tortilla with salad. Those things all sound great individually. I don't know about together per se. Where are we at? No. Okay. We have time. I was working soon. We'll have a fish stream again. The whole stream. We'll see. Pun intended, bad intended. Damn. We had so we had this huge controversy with BSF Springfest. BSF. I just said Bushiroad Springfest. We had this huge controversy with BSF France. Is what I'm trying to say. Where
Bushiroad scheduled BSF
in France at a certain date. I don't have the. I didn't look this up. This is just from what I've seen, so some facts or whatever might not be completely accurate. But the general idea is that the date that they picked was the date of the like French election, so they had to change the date. A lot of people were upset at that, but obviously they can't fucking do anything about that, right? So they moved it out, and we just got BSF for France. Even though BSF season's over and we're already looking at BCS season, but we have some results here that we can take a look at. Sortea deck, a Sortea deck where the Vanguard is an actual fish. Hopefully we get that one of these days, but I already booked tickets and they were non-refunders, so it was just bad. Yeah, like I'm not saying it was like a good situation, but it was also just a terrible situation all around. There's just nothing Bushiroad can do specifically, so I don't know why everyone kept coming at Bushiroad, but yeah, I understand people had tickets and hotels and plans, but yeah.
It's just
unfortunately out of their control. Because then they did it again for I forgot which one it was. Like they changed the date for like another thing, but it was another thing where it was like out of their control, and people immediately came at Bushiroad's throat, and it's just like, fam, we can't do anything about that. Like it's not on us, right? Like the venue could have collapsed, and people were like, "What the fuck, Bushiroad?" But just I don't know, be reasonable, but like at the same time, I totally get it.
I should have saved the energy for the French Cup.
I mean, I guess yeah, technically, that's technically who is at fault, but elections are also important, right? So yeah, but it's just an unfortunate situation all around. But either way, that is why we're getting, that's the background for why we're getting a BSF so late. But this should be the last one for the season. We have some results we can look at.
So we have the third place team here.
Basic is their name, with of course patent pended, classic, tried and true Shiranui. We have a Raziel, and we have a Veleno list that we can look at, or Lascadia. I gotta figure out what the community is deciding on, because I can't get a straight answer. Everyone calls it one or the other. We need to pick one. We need to make a vote as a community. Is it Veleno or is it Lascadia? Which one are we picking? Solve card games is our problems, if only. We got ourselves a Shiranui list, which, I mean, who cares? I guess it's just a Shiranui list. The only, I guess, interesting thing is this fucking guy. Like, what the hell is Lechuga doing over here? This cabbage ass. What the hell is he doing in Shiranui? But it be there.
Then we got ourselves here the Raziel list.
It is indeed a Raziel list. It right. It's a pretty standard list, right? You know,
4, 4, and 4. Tunobia.
Nipple. One of this. Only 2 Biscotti. Wow, interesting. 2 Biscotti, you know, front, Angel Ladder, Cat, and Kadwala. So nothing really crazy here. Mine looks more interesting. Sure. They barely use Raziel cards. What do you mean? Raziel card, Raziel card, Raziel card, Raziel card, Raziel card, Raziel card, Raziel card. The majority of the deck is Raziel card. What do you mean? Then we got ourselves here Lascadia, or Veleno here, which was obnoxious because of course it's one of those Highlander situations where I have different rarities for stuff, so I had to edit everything together closely. But it is kind of your typical licks, except they're playing a lot of copies of this girl. I've been seeing this in a lot of lists. Usually only had a few copies. I don't know how they made it work at 4. That's kind of crazy to me, but hey, it is what it is, right? We're only playing 3 of this guy and only 3 of this guy. Insane. They're playing the draw triggers, which I think is the right option for this deck, honestly. They're playing the Nectar, and they're also playing just the 1 Blitz Order, which I think is also the right option to this, right? It should really just be recycling this instead of playing like 50 different Blitz Orders. I think essentially that's the right way to play Veleno, is to just play 4 of this and maybe 1 other Blitz Order, but that's it. Maybe not this one because it uses Soul, and you use Soul for this guy, but it's fine. Lascadia, so many times it never works. I mean, it's come up. It's fine, but it's definitely not reliable. You can definitely cut it. It's definitely not something you can get easy access to or anything like that when you need it. So if it was, it would be really good, but it is not essential like that. So, but other than that, you know, it's a pretty standard list for the most part. But I do think the way to play it is to just not play as many other blitz, focus on just recycling this every single turn. It's often too late in the defensive deck. I don't know, buddy. Maybe you need to play the deck a little bit better. Come on. Then we got ourselves here the second place team with it Labrador, Eva, and Shiranui again. Let's run 2 Bs. I think even that I think is too much. But here is Shiranui. Pretty standard. Only thing that stands out maybe is here the grid one from Festival Collection. Cool. I played against a Valeno player last locals, and they took 40 minutes, so we didn't even do best of 3 games. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm pretty sure you can get to 15 reasonably. So, I wish all Shiranui are very get bad. Yeah. But apparently it's not an issue once we hit set 4, but we'll see. Or set 3 technically, but we'll see what happens.
Considering that the English community is more
like Metadog than Japan is, I think we'll see a drop in Shiranui and see a lot more Shoujo Doji than they did. Institute Pass, checks LT, yikes. You know, they actually commented on the games getting longer. I mean, yeah, they are. Because people are able to get more card value, so they're able to actually guard more and be more consistent. So, we got ourselves an Eva list here, which is, you know, relatively standard ratios here for the most part. They're playing one of this order, which is kind of cute. I like that. And I've seen this played a lot. I don't know if I have FR copies of this, because I was trying to get it, but then all the because I heard about the spice about this, but then I realized I don't think I have my FFR card. And yeah, a lot of people are cutting out the grade 2 Obscurate because they think he sucks ass and he's kind of just there for consistency. I still think it's a pretty good card, but I totally get it. And yeah, everything else is pretty standard. You know, play Monster PG because you want to search it out, play a bunch of monsters, so on and so forth. Well, you just gotta play Zorga a lot more aggressively in the early game rather than just waiting till turn 3. And that's why I still say Karma sucks ass. It's only live on turn 3. Meanwhile, you should be able to like rush your own prison dragon turn 1. So yeah, so that's Eva. And then I did this in reverse, but it's fine because I should have switched Shiranui and Labrador, but it's whatever. And here's the Labrador list. This is one of those decks that is like the most boring, but it's also the most consistent, right? Deck that you can play. You blow your gas, you can't keep up on the big turn. Yeah, I don't think anyone's actually playing Zorga that way. Not because everyone's playing Karma, so I don't know what gas you could have in your early games, but pretty standard list, right? The only thing that's missing here is that there's oh no, there she is, yeah. So yeah, pretty standard list. This is basically the list for Labrador. Where's the other front? There it is, up there. Yeah. The only interesting part, I guess, is that they're playing the Lurko Overtrigger, which is interesting. Usually it's the blue Overtrigger, but hey, that works too. You can't really use purple. I mean, you could. You could use yellow if you want. Red, technically, but it's not really worth it. So. Big games, I got double. Roman Prisoner turn 1 going second both games, and he was like, bruh, that's how it's supposed to be. That's why I keep saying you should be playing Roman Prince Dragon over Karma, or at least both. But the fact that Karma's locked to like grade 3 and like all this shit, like, nah, man. Be for real with yourself. But, I don't know, I'm about to build Zorga. Once I finish all this editing, I'm about to build Zorga, show you how it's like. How it should be like. The real Zorga hater is gonna show you how to play Zorga. But then we got ourselves the first place team here. We've got ourselves Leonard, Kyrie, and then Messiah. The Leonard list is here. It is pretty standard. I think this is exactly the list that Azim had the last tournament. Because I remember commenting on the one Resonance Dragon. But the only difference is that Azim had a different ride line. But Yeah, pretty standard Leonard stuff here, right? 4 of the good Leonard cards. I don't know what else to tell you. Tokens for the early game, broccoli to draw. Right, pretty standard list, right? Then we got ourselves here Kyrie, which is kind of standard as well. This one is playing the Stegria instead of the Friendship Pink, or the I think it's just Friendship Pink, right? Yeah. And then they're playing one copy of this, which is interesting. They are playing the Angel Ladder, which I think is a pretty good play because you really don't need the Forbidden Doll thanks to this girl, right? So you can play something else instead of Forbidden Doll. Forbidden Doll is still good, but you have the space to play other regalias thanks to how good the promo is, the skip ride is. I don't know what they really do with Stegria. I guess they just put all their counterblast into this, right? Even though you need counterblast for this too, but yeah, because like maybe they aim for like an aggressive turn 2 with this, right, in the Willissa line. Otherwise, the only other order they can play is this, and that is it. So, not really sure what they plan to do with Stegria, but it must be early game or to just CP1 draw and then bounce to the hand and use that every turn. But there is no counter charger, so your risk of being good, yeah, couldn't be me. And then they also have the purple OT, which is really cool because you know you have Eureka, you can bounce something, and then actually no, purple OT doesn't make sense because you bounce on attack, and then you call two new things. So yeah, so purple OT is interesting, but I mean, if you check it any other time except right after turn 4 or 3, it's pretty good because it's a free heal. But yeah, kind of interesting. Then we got the Messiah list, which is, you know, actually it's not the usual Messiah list because they're actually playing this guy. I feel like this guy has been cut, so interesting to see that there. Other than that, yeah, this is the general Messiah list for the most part. I don't know what this guy would be instead, to be honest. It'd probably be another copy of this. Yeah, another copy of this and another copy of this. So that's what that guy would be. I thought that card was decent, but I've seen it cut from a bunch of lists, so I don't know. Yeah, Frederick Ferry sucks ass. But yeah, that's BCF. France, right? That's our last BSF for the BC. I might have said BCS, but it's BSF. France, our last BSF of the BSS season. You can look forward to BCS very soon, actually. But before that, the last thing I have here for a stream is going to be Ultimate Vanguard from this past weekend. I wanted to go over this on Tuesday, but we ran out of time because I had the prior engagement, right? We don't have a lot to go over. All I have here is top 4, but you can take a look at the you can take a look at the pie chart for the whole event, right? The most played deck here is crazy is Impaldio. More so than Shoujo Doji, more so than Varga. Everyone's just like, yo, this shit's kind of lit. It's kind of fun. Then we got ourselves Vladimir and Leonard. And all the way at the bottom over here, we got ourselves Shiranui, which is crazy. Shiranui kind of tied here, I believe, with Leah Shafel and Michu, which is crazy. We see a huge drop-off from Ala Calibria, which is also crazy. We see a tiny bit of love address over here. Raziel, Eva, and Dayusha. Really cool to see Dayusha there, at least, right? You might go leaner for BSS? BCS? That sounds like a really good option. Here is your top 16. So, Shoujo Doji, a little bit more, but the Impaldio made it as well. Got ourselves Michu. Alden snuck in there. Here's Shiranui. Here is Vladimir. Here is Stardaiha. Here's your Leonard. Your Eva. Your Raziel. Your Kyrie, and your fucking quintuplets. So these here, there was at least 2 of them. Everything else was just 1 of them. We're getting tired of waiting. Yeah, Olden the GOAT, I guess, right? Indeed, Buddha Bug. They made it to, I believe this is the top 16 cut. Unfortunately, unlike last time, they didn't give me the deck list, or maybe they did, it was just in Japanese and I couldn't understand it. So I only have top 4, right? I only have top 4. In 4th place, hey, look at that, we got Aster. We have 4th place using Alden, using this list here, which I can already hear you guys click-clacking on your computer angrily because they're playing Caterpillar or whatever. But this list is very interesting because we got 4 of the order. We got 4 of this guy. We got 4 of the light leads. This is pretty standard. So very interesting. But hey, you got 4th. I did not. So props to you. Everything else is pretty standard for the most part, right? Twincast is, I guess, interesting. But yeah, Purple ulti is also very interesting, but it is what it is. Not bad. Then we have the fucking Yotsuba. Where's the $200 engine? Hey, it looks like it's trash in Olden. It looks like Caterpillar Olden is bad because he made it to 4th without it. This is the Yotsuba list that pisses me the fuck off every time I see it because it plays like insane ones off and stuff like that, especially rarity wise. So I have to do this crazy shit to fit it on screen. But light lead is for, I think, the Shiranui tech. Doesn't run intercept, so you can safely shove into soul, I guess. Maybe. Maybe not so much Shiranui, maybe something else like Shoto Doji. But you don't need PAL. You want to cover over the grade 3 called Ermac and the Interceptor if you want him. Yeah. But here's quintuplets. I have all the cards. Right, since that one time I lost it, but I haven't actually gotten into the time to build it. But I'm pretty sure it's the same exact list that we saw top this event last time. Then we got ourselves 2nd place here with Kyrie. And it's kind of your typical Kyrie affair. It's very similar to the one we saw before. They're playing here 2 of this Blitz order that I really like, which is cool. But yeah, other than that, it's a standard Kyrie affair. This is probably the more, I feel, better list, right? Because you're running the Mermaid line. Yellow OT is good, Blitz is good, Angel Ladder is good, right? So I feel like this is basically the list I would run if I were ran Kyrie. Sent me something to look at, sure. Oh man, pretty cool. And then we got ourselves 1st place here with Impaldio, which is a list I wanted to talk about a lot on Tuesday. So this is the one that won 1st place, and it's also very interesting because these 2 cards here, I actually changed my thing to black. There we go. Okay, yeah, because of these 2 cards here. Very interesting cards. Very interesting card. Yeah, the thing that happened over the weekend is that everyone started using this in Impaldio. They saw whatchamacallit, Vladimir playing the boost, and they're like, hey, I have this shit from Festival Collection. So this one is actually the hostage one. This isn't boost. Branke got a hostage one also, so this lets you guard. I got the rest of the festival stuff from JP Curtain Call yesterday, 20% off because I hit over $100, which is just Ford by himself. Yeah, it is. So the way that I believe this works, right? It's the hostage stuff, right? Whatever, you can use this to guard. I think what happens here, because this shit is crazy when I saw this and figured this out, is that this here is a Messiah card that says when you guard with this, you can Soul Blast 1, call it back to back row center, or like back row rested. So I think what's happening here is you use the token here that says whenever you take a damage, you fill up your gauge, you get 5k for the rest of the battle, right? Then this thing technically becomes like a 10k shield because you can guard with this thing, right? Then you Soul Blast 1 to then call it back to back row, and I think it doesn't bind itself by the effect of this or something like that. I think that's how they're doing it. I don't know. I might be wrong. And then if you take a damage, you can then use this again, right? If you have another copy of this to then guard again. That's the only reason I can think of that they're playing this, which is kind of insane if that's the case, because that's just free shield value. Does calling it from the skill overpass the bind? I don't know. That's my only assumption here. If that's the case, that's insane. But that's my only thought process behind why they would play this, because the other skill is something about grade 4s, so which doesn't apply here. So essentially, you just get free shield value, right? You just get free 5k. And that's pretty good. That's pretty good just for Soul Blast 1. You can Soul Blast 1 and then use that to fill up the gauge, like insane. And then Laser Tase, or Taser Lays, because they decided to flip it and be a bunch of assholes, is also very interesting. Because you can play this in the back row, because I think Laser Tase has to be in the front row. So you can play this in the back row, use this here to guard with it, and then use this to stun your opponent, which is pretty cool. I'm playing for the Soul Blast, maybe 2. Maybe it's just for the Soul Blast. Maybe the resolution is wrong. I don't know. But if it was for the Soul Blast, I feel like there's other things you can use for the Soul Blast, right? They've been using that one that lets you draw the grade 2, right? I feel like that would work out. So. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I wonder also if it works with this. Maybe it works with the Blitz Order. Right, like you guard it with Blitz Order, and then you call it back, and you can use it as I don't know. But yep, that's the Impel Deolus. Pretty cool, pretty cool. And I won the whole event. But here is again the decks that they had for the whole event. And the other one is top 16 now. That's it. Yep. I play this invasion if I didn't have to buy Bulba. You don't have Bulba Mine, buddy? You need Bulba Mine. How do you not have Bulba Mine? You gotta get Bulba Mine. Here's a great one that card restricts it right now. That's not worth it, in my opinion. Alright. Yeah, here's top 16 again. Never touched Branke except for Prison or Orifice Mask. Did Orifice Mask not use Bulba Mine? I'm pretty sure it did, right? I don't remember. There's even Prison did. At some point in time, they used to use Bulba Mine, right? So, yeah. Gotta get your Bulba Mines. It might be too late now. Yeah. And that does it. That's all I had for today. Right on time-ish? Right on time-ish. But alright. Whew. I'm very tired. I've been editing and recording and doing a bunch of stuff for next week. We've got a new History of Vanguard week. Right? So we've got a new opening, we've got a new fight video, and we got a new actual history video coming out next week. I've just been busy working on that. I didn't have space during 46 cards after Cowlit and Polarix Dragon came out. Yeah, maybe they didn't play. I don't remember if they played Bulba Mine. They might not have, to be honest. I feel like they didn't, but I don't remember. It's been so long since I've played that deck or even faced it or anything or even looked at it, right? You mean it without worrying about the wings? Yeah. That is true. I'd have to worry about that again this time for once. But let's play some Tokyo real quick. Alright. I've been making wings. Because I've been having an insane craving for buffalo wings specifically. So 2 times I've done it before, so it's not like it's a new thing. But recently, I made wings last Friday, and then I made them yesterday. Because I just want, like, the taste of buffalo wings. I don't know what it is. I don't know if they laced the, what was it called? The Wingstop wings with, like, Coke or something. But, like, I want fucking barbecue, or not barbecue, buffalo sauce, or buffalo wings so badly. KFC doesn't have buffalo wings. They just have fried chicken, and like I don't like their fried chicken. It's too greasy and salty. But not a lot of stuff use CV outside of the mask itself. Mask searcher if you ended up using OPAR, TB skill, or combine. Yeah, I don't know if you end up using combine or sure. But yeah. I think I vaguely remember I think not playing Pokemon. But there's a virtual restaurant thing. Yeah, no, I haven't had KFC in years. I don't think I want to change that. But all right, kiddos, that'll do it for today. So yeah, big week, a bunch of content next week, a bunch of history videos for all you old people. Enjoy that. We also have a bunch of stuff for set 3 coming out, and also some stuff from the Discord, and a bunch of other stuff. A lot of stuff coming in September, essentially, and next week as well, right? In order to call a token if you wanted to do it on Turtle, yeah. I don't think you have to worry about KFC being a ghost chicken. Yeah, you have other worries, I think. But Nightbot will eventually show the link. Nightbot will eventually get it off its ass and show the link for the Discord. But finally content for an old person. Yes, finally. I'm looking out for y'all. That's all I ever do is look out for y'all. Y'all fellow old people. I'm here making stuff for us, man. But yeah, I'm gonna let you guys go. Hope you guys had a good morning, afternoon, evening, what have you. Thank you all for stopping by. Make a history video. There you go. Of course, it doesn't work for me, but Ed does it. It works right away. Thanks a lot, Discord. Or Nightbot, you're fired. Make a history video about AO Pineapple. We'll see if whenever it actually shows up. But yeah, thanks everyone for showing up. Take care of yourselves and each other. Play Vanguard and have yourselves a damn good one. And we'll be back Tuesday with Liel Odom and anime. We can talk about the anime, and we can talk about the results from the drop zone. So we'll have a really huge tournament. Yeah. Till then.